Coach, that's a big-time win against a really tough opponent.
Yeah.
And, look, it starts with your two guys, Zion and Brandon, team shorthanded. You know you have to count on them, but what they did to affect the game and make their teammates better, I thought, with the assist totals and what else they were doing, were huge tonight.
Yeah. Just want to start off by just thanking God, man. Just such a blessing to have a group that's as resilient as our group is. They've been like that, since I've gotten here. And to your point, Graf, B.I. and Zion, their leadership on the floor, being detailed, executing plays over and over again, communicating defensively. The rest of the group followed, and we got big-time performances from Jordan Hawkins. He wasn't feeling his best. Yves, who had some lingering pain, soreness, he gutted it out. Brandon Boston, Javonte, Jeremiah. I mean, just everybody that touched the floor was huge for us.
Well, I know these guys are going to ask you about a number of players, but I got to start with Brandon Boston, Coach. I mean, we talked about him before the game, and 14 off the bench. He made a couple of huge threes. You saw what he was capable of, and every single one of his points were huge in this game.
Yeah, it's a credit to Griff and Bryson Graham. They immediately, went to go get him when we lost Malcolm Hill, and we knew that at some point, some of these guys are going to have to step up, and it's a huge credit to Brandon. He stays in the gym. He's working. He's watching film with the coaches, and we needed every single point that he added tonight, and he hit some big shots.
Brandon and Zion combined for 60. What did you think about all the other ways they impacted this game tonight?
I think it's a huge growth moment for them, a step in the right direction. Let's start with their defense, communicating defensively. Those guys were talking all game, getting guys in the right spots, rebounding the ball, sharing the basketball, trusting their teammates. And then offensively, they both are more than capable of putting up huge numbers, night in and night out, and we saw that tonight.
How do you get that other stuff from those two guys, maybe a little bit more consistently?
Just continue to talk about it. Continue to show guys on film where we can be better. They know that the team is they're relying on their leadership right now, and the focus is I'm gonna stay on tonight for right now, and the focus is on their ability to step out on the floor and lead this group.
You could tell the back was bothering Hawkins. What does it mean that he decided, no, I'm coming back in, and then give you guys 15 or whatever he gave you in the second half? Incredible.
He's such a tough-minded young man, and we knew he wasn't feeling his best. I asked him several times, and he said, "I'll let you know if I can't play, but as long as I can get up and down the floor, put me back in." And he was huge for us.
Yeah, a couple of times during the road trip, we talked about you guys playing slow on offense, fighting the shot clock a lot of times. How important was it for Z and B.I. just to go early and possessions go quick and not a lot of defense to set against them during half-court sets?
Yeah, it's how we need to play consistently. We need to, on makes and misses, get the ball up the floor, get into our sets, be detailed with the execution of it, setting screens, getting out of screens quickly, sharing the ball. A lot of what you saw tonight. And we had some moments where we did it on the road, but we wasn't as consistent. It wasn't for 4 quarters. Tonight we have more of a consistent game of all of those details that I just spoke about.
Yeah, you got his first career start tonight. How big was he with his energy and offensive rebounding in the second half?
He was great. He was huge for us. His ability to be able to block shots and deter our opponents from being able to get in the paint and finish, we thought could also help our group. And so pairing him in the starting lineup that's what went into that decision.
And one more from me for B.I. and Z. Just knowing the position you guys are in where so many guys are out, how important is it for them just to set the tone consistently, knowing, what you guys are going to have to do with some of these guys on the end of the bench playing big minutes and understanding that, they've got to be like this consistently for you guys to compete?
I think it's what they're capable of doing night in and night out. It really is. And, we saw it on full display tonight. And they will continue to take a step in the right direction of doing what we saw. It'll be some moments that it doesn't happen, but, we're grateful for the win tonight. I'm grateful for those guys, their leadership and their spirit. They were cheering on their teammates. Not a lot of frustration out there, just moving on to the next play, and that's what it's going to take for us over the next few weeks.
Coach, tonight we won the battle in transition. You won the battle in points in the paint. That had been a problem over the last 3 games. How important was it for you to win those areas to open up everything else for you?
Yeah, the Pacers, they make you play fast, and if you don't, they'll outscore you pretty quickly. So on makes and misses, they want to run and get out in transition, but they also aren't great at stopping teams from getting back. So we made it a point that we needed to get out and get some easy buckets, but also we can get to the paint and we can get to the rim on this team. They're not great at protecting the basket. So that was the focus point, after halftime, is winning the closeout battle defensively and then winning the closeout battle offensively so we can get to the paint, finish possessions with rebounds, and get out in transition and try to get some easy baskets.
The physicality tonight was big as well, Yves, on the offensive glass. And then just in the fourth quarter with Zion getting to the rim pretty much every time he had the ball, if not to score, to get to the free throw line. Was that, and I mean, even your guards tonight were very physical. Was that a point of emphasis that you wanted your guys to get back to that kind of imposing their will on the other team?
Yes, for sure. It was the adjustment we made at halftime was, look, we have to win these type of concepts. We have to do better defensively in transition and offensively try to win those battles. But then this is a team the Pacers, that you can get in the paint, you can get to the rim and finish, you can get to the free throw line, and then when their defense collapse, it'll create more open threes for us. So really good job by our guys making that adjustment.
And then last, to get your second clutch win when last year that was such an elusive thing for you. How important is that to be able to walk into the locker room and start reinforcing, like, if we do what we're supposed to do, we can close out close games?
Yeah, for sure. We just want to continue to take a step in that category. And so if we can win a few more games in clutch situations like we did tonight, it'll be a huge help for us.
And Willie, nobody's mentioned Jose tonight, but this first half, I mean, he really kind of did his thing. What do you say about the way he played?
Oh, Jose was incredible. And, last game, even though we lost, he kind of got his rhythm going. And it's a carryover into tonight. And so we're going to need his toughness. He's also, one of our emotional leaders. We're going to need that the next few weeks. So really good game by Jose, and he'll continue to step on the floor and be big for us.
You alluded to pace a couple of times already, but with that, the team only had single-digit turnovers tonight.
Yeah.
How important was that to possess the ball more to get into your offense?
That's huge. If you look at the field goal attempts, we won the possession battle, so we had more opportunities to score. And anytime we can win the possession battle with offensive rebounds, keeping our turnovers low, still getting to the free throw line, it gives us opportunities to win games.
So the draft folks thought that it could take a while with Missi to get in the rotation. What did you see from him in camp, the preseason, where you felt comfortable saying, no, we're going to give you rotation minutes right away?
I mean, that's we don't have a lot of guys available right now, so everybody that is suiting up is going to have an opportunity to play.
We talked about how the Pacers like to press the ball, and T.J. McConnell was going to do that.
Yeah.
He forced a quick turnover there in that second quarter where you called a quick timeout. Just what was the message there at that point in that quick timeout? Game
plan discipline. We went over that. He stole the ball against Orlando, the same type of play. We showed our guys on film, and look, I'm not going to take timeouts home with me, so I wanted to use one to call our guys up a bit and say, look, we're going to make some mistakes, but that's a mistake we can't make. And so we corrected it after that.
And just throughout the course of the game, there seemed to be a lot of off-ball activity from Zion and B.I., not just bringing the ball up the court, but they were getting to their spots and getting easy baskets while they were cutting or just moving off the ball. Was that also a point of emphasis going into this game?
For sure. The more that we can move the chess pieces around, the better. And so a little bit more movement. Zion can score in multiple ways, so can B.I. So in transition, both guys can post up. They can catch it in the mid-elbow. They can both handle and play in pick and roll. So we got to continue to move them around to keep the defense occupied.
And then finally, to close the game out, it seemed like you guys kept it real simple. Brandon, Z, pick and roll in the same, in the action together. And that led to a lot of good looks. Is it? I know you guys haven't had a lot of opportunity to run those actions because guys have been in and out for a while. Just what's it like getting those valuable reps in now and also executing well?
Yeah, I thought it was huge on their part, just putting those two guys in the middle of the floor, keeping the gym spaced out for them. Now they got to make a decision. Are they going to switch? If they do, somebody's going to probably have a mismatch, and just trying to keep the game simple, and they did a great job of executing.
Well, it sounded like Brandon might have been your loudest defender tonight. He had a steal, 2 blocks on the second half. Really helped stop Pascal Siakam on a key late turnover for Indiana late. Can you just talk about his defensive growth? Because we always talk about his offense, his playmaking. Can you talk about his defense since you first got here and where it is now?
You know, we're all proud of the steps that BI has taken. Defensively, he was incredible tonight. He was all over the place, rebounding the ball, blocking shots. And, you know, he's just got to continue to do it. It's what he can do. It's what he's capable of. He knows that guys are out, so it was huge on his part to just take a step in the right direction on both ends of the floor.
What do you credit that growth to? Is it work with the coaches or just something personal growth from him?
I think it's a combination, personal growth on his part, surrounding himself with a bunch of good guys. The coaching staff is doing a great job. Coach Borrego was with him every day, watching film, showing him areas that he can be successful on the floor, talking to him about defensively, sprint, turn, talk, get back in transition, contesting shots. So it's a collaborative effort with everyone. All right, thank you.